Hi, it's Misty from the Suburban Edge, that place between the country and the city where together we can learn modern homesteading skills. Today I'm going to talk to you about pizza. And if you know me, you know pizza is my absolute number one favorite food. I love pizza in almost every form. I've been on a quest this last probably 2 years to find the best and easiest thin pizza crust. You know, you can make it in your bread machine, you can make it by hand, you can learn all the flippy techniques, but I want easy. I found it, and it is pretty easy, but you have to do some planning because it is going to be rising in the fridge. You can make it a day ahead of time, up to 3 days ahead of time. You can even freeze it. The secret to this thin pizza crust is 00 flour. A difference between 00 and regular all-purpose flour is 00 is made with durum wheat. All-purpose flour is not. All-purpose flour creates longer strands of gluten, which tends toward a chewier crust, while 00 produces a crispier crust. Okay, enough about that. That is our secret ingredient. The rest of this is ice cold water, olive oil, salt, and instant yeast. Let's get cooking. I found it's easier to work with yeast doughs if I weigh out my flour. Don't worry, the recipe does show cups and also the weight measurements. First, we're going to set our kitchen scale to grams and make sure that it's set to 0 by taring it. Tare, T-A-R-E. And I want 574 grams of flour. Okay, we're at 574 grams. I'm going to put the salt and the yeast right in this bowl. We need 1 teaspoon of yeast and 1 3/4 teaspoon salt. You can just whisk that together. Put it in the bowl of your stand mixer. Add in 1/4 cup of olive oil, and then you want your 1 3/4 cups of ice cold water in there as well. This is going to go for 5 to 7 minutes. If you're kneading by hand, it's 8 to 10. I'm going to start it off low and just until it gets incorporated, and then I'll kick it up a little bit. We want to put a piece of parchment paper on a baking sheet and spray it and just set that aside. I want the dough to be sticky but pulling away from the sides. It's got a lot of tension, but it's sticking to the sides. So I'm going to add a little more flour, but I'm not going to mix it anymore in my bowl. I found that with this particular mixer, the way the bowl is shaped, flour sometimes makes its way under the dough, and that there's actually flour in there that's just not incorporating in. So I will take this the rest of the way by hand, the old-fashioned way. It did stay in the mixer for 7 minutes, and I did check it periodically trying to get under there with the spatula, but my guess is there's a big pocket. Yep, there's a big pocket of flour. I got this for Mother's Day about 13 years ago, and it tried to die on me, but Mark fixed it, so I'm stuck with this particular quirk. You can see there's about 1/4 cup of flour just sitting in the bottom. And it's because the dough hook doesn't get down to the bottom. It's kind of a design flaw. But that's okay, because I can incorporate it myself. That was a lot of flour under there, and I tried and tried to check it and still ended up having to do this by hand. But it did most of the work, and that's okay. I don't mind. It's for a worthy cause. Pizza. I'm trying to hurry because it is our busy season out at Standout Yacht Fittings, and I have probably a whole shipping bench of custom covers to ship out. So I need to get this in the fridge so I can get back to work. I'm playing right now. If you don't have a bench scraper, get one. They're awesome. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, this is way better. Probably have just enough flour in here. So I'm just gonna incorporate this in, and then we'll cut it into 6 balls and I'll show you what to do. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Just 5 ingredients: salt, flour, water, yeast, and olive oil. And you have yourself pizza dough. There's no reason to buy it. And please don't pop it out of a can. Please no. No, no. Just take the extra time. This is way cheaper. And you know what went into it. There's no chemicals you can't pronounce. That's looking good. That's exactly what I'm looking for here. I need to get the flour off the dough off my hands, and the best way to do that is with flour. I want to make 6 little pizza doughs, or you can cut this into 4 pieces, but I broke my large pizza stone, so 6 little ones is what it's going to have to be. I still have small pizza stones, and it'll be fun. We'll have little individual make your own pizza night. It'll be fine. You want to make them into balls, roughly the same size. That guy is a lot bigger than that other guy. Then you're just going to place your balls of dough on that oiled parchment paper, and you're going to spray these guys and then cover it with plastic wrap. I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap and put it in the fridge. Hi, it's now the next day, Friday. We're ready for our big old pizza party. Before you get ready to cook your dough or make your pizzas, you want to take your dough out of the fridge 2 hours before you're ready to eat it. So we have a homemade canned red pizza sauce, and I just made some delicious garlic cream sauce. I will put the recipe for that down below, for the cream sauce and also for the pizza crust. We are starving. We have all of our stuff back here already chopped and ready to go, but we need to get our pizzas going and in the oven. What you want to do is, on a floured surface, lay your dough out and just push out the edges from the middle. And what I'm doing is creating that little rim of crust. And you want floured hands, and that will also help you make that circular shape. So I'm just moving the dough where I want it to go. I am the boss of this particular pizza. Now this dough, I said yesterday that you can cut it into 4. It makes about 4 12 inches, or I opted for 6 littler guys so we could do a more personal pizza situation. Look at that. I'm not afraid to flip it over. I am not going to spin it up in the air. You can if you want to. Another technique is, see, I'm going out of round here. I just don't let that bother me. My pizza gets eaten, whatever shape it is. But I do want to get it as thin as I possibly can get it. So you can actually pull it out. That resting period really helped it to relax. And it's getting nice and thin. You can also put it over your hands and stretch it like that. And it takes a little bit of practice, and I'm obviously not a professional pizza spinner. I'm just a home cook that likes her pizza. All right, that's the shape this one's gonna be. We'll call that a round enough shape. And I want to leave a little bit of dough out on the edge for the crust. Feel it and make sure it's the same thickness. And I got it nice and thin. Now that I've done all of that, I need to put it on the parchment paper. And I'm just gonna pick it up and reshape as needed. But it's mostly gonna hold that same shape. See how my edge still held? And it's perfectly fine. We're gonna put some garlic cream sauce on this and make us a cheese pizza. Spread my garlic sauce on there. Before you cook your pizza, you want to put your pizza stone in your oven and set it for 500 degrees. You heard me, 500 degrees. 45 minutes. When your pizza hits that hot stone, it's immediately going to crisp up. This is a great way to get restaurant style thin crust pizza at home, and again for pennies, because it's homemade and I know every ingredient that's going into this pizza. I'll show you the pizza when it's done. This is a pizza peel. It's not a big paddle, but you know, I've thought about it for some people's. All right, we're gonna just slide it under here and slide it into the oven. Can't film my oven, but just imagine it's an oven with pizza stone in it, and I'm gonna put the parchment paper right on top of that pizza stone. Also, thin crust pizza is better with fewer toppings. If you put too many things on, the crust won't be able to deal with it. You want to cook this in your oven for 7 to 9 minutes until it's like a really nice crispity, however you like pizza. You'll know it's done. So while my oven was preheating, my pizza stone, I made lots of pizzas. Let me show you. This just came out, this beautiful, gorgeous cheese pizza. Look at that crispy, crackery crunch. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it, but ooh, it's hot. I'm about to put in, I'm going to slide it over onto this aluminum pizza pan that I used to cook my pizzas on, and put another one in the oven. This is red sauce with ham, bacon, pineapple. I know there's two camps, but we're pineapple, we're Camp Pineapple, and lots of cheese. Sorry, it's really messy in here. While that's cooking, I'm going to brush the edge, the crust edge of this pizza with just melted butter. It is worth your time and energy. All right, I'm going to cut that. I've got starving people, going to keep going.
Are you sure it's off?
No, you have it on again.
Oh, yeah.
You did that. Hey everybody, thanks for coming by. While we make the perfect thin crust pizza, my family is so hungry. So I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks so much for stopping by the Suburban Edge. I love that you want to spend time with me. That's crazy, but okay, you must be my people. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. That's another pizza. And please, please, please hit that notification bell so that you know the next time I have a new video coming out. Here's some more for you to watch. If you're just waiting for more things to watch, here's a couple more.